Is Jay-Z up next? Jaguar is now alleging that Jay-Z is actually a lot worse than P. Diddy, he's just more smarter and calculating.
Word on the street is that Diddy is attempting to exact revenge on his BFF Jay-Z for giving him the cold shoulder during the recent scandal. Diddy has the approach, if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. Beyonce may be attempting to end her marriage before Jay is revealed as Diddy 2.0. According to rumors circulating that Diddy is out to reveal all of this year, however, he opted to call off the entire event because according to rumors, he wants to avoid running across Diddy at all costs. 50 Cent has also chimed in the matter as when the news broke of Diddy getting his houses raided, he posted to his Instagram, "Shit just got real. The feds in all the cribs. Damn, they got the kids in cuffs." He wrote in the first of 2 posts. Soon after, he added, "Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. Hey, they don't come like that unless they got a case." And now he's brought Jay-Z into the mix when he posted a picture of Jay-Z on a missing poster on a milk bottle with a caption, "Anybody seen Jay? LOL. Puff said the guy ain't answering his phone. LOL." But 50 didn't just stop there. Because
why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Whispers in the hip-hop community suggest that Jay-Z is seen as more influential and formidable compared to Diddy, Usher, or Meek Mill, especially in light of Diddy's ongoing legal battles and the serious accusations surrounding him.
I said he was going to jail because God told me he was going to jail.
Have you ever been in one of these Diddy parties?
Yes, I have. I sat down with Storm Monroe 4 years ago and said that man was an S trafficker and he was using the business to S traffic young women and men. I said all this, but when I pray for something, it always comes true. And I prayed the same prayer for Sean Carter. Y'all better get ready. I knew between the two Seans, go for the weaker one. Go for the knees. And I told Sean Carter, you are so closely tied to Diddy.
We got the infamous Jaguar right.
While Diddy faces accusations of misconduct and manipulation from various lawsuits, Jay-Z has managed to maintain an image of untouchability, skillfully distancing himself from controversy. This has made him seem more strategically powerful and, in some ways, more feared.
Wait, so hold on. Why is there chatter about Jay-Z being in the same club as Diddy? Allegedly, it's because of his interest in young girls. So rumor has it that Jay-Z exploits young women in the industry, young enough to be his own daughter. Now, if you've been following Jay-Z closely, you'll know that he's far from the wholesome family man he portrays himself to be. So Jay-Z has been under scrutiny for quite some time. Do you guys remember when he was romantically involved with Foxy Brown? Yeah, she was just 15 years old and he was 27. That raised more than a few eyebrows. But wait, there's more. Jay-Z maintains close friendships with Diddy, Russell Simmons, and R. Kelly, each of whom has faced allegations related to their relationships with underage girls. Now, with fresh evidence coming to light, it won't be long before Jay-Z has to address these shady connections to Diddy.
In contrast, Diddy's reputation is taking a major hit, with allegations ranging from misconduct to shocking accusations that suggest darker dealings within the industry.
Following a months-long investigation, he appeared before a federal judge in New York on Tuesday, pleading not guilty and will remain behind bars.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Prosecutors claim the rapper ran a criminal enterprise through his business empire, where he and his associates engaged in sex trafficking and forced labor. He's also accused of verbally and physically assaulting victims and using assistants and household staff to hide his crimes.
As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine.
These claims have dragged in names like Meek Mill and Usher, making them vulnerable to public speculation, especially after court documents hinted at unnamed individuals connected to Diddy's murky allegations.
When the Lil Rod lawsuit came out, and there's the gay allegations about Meek Mill as well as Usher, but Meek Mill was the one that got real upset. He said, "I'm not gay." Like he's everyone stop asking me if I'm gay. I'm not gay. And then you went in, and then he essentially threatened to kill you.
So essentially, what happened is, we've been, I do long live streams. I'm streaming for like 5-6 hours. Like, when these things are happening, we're not just giving quick takes. Like, I'm going, like, even today, I bought the Christian Combs document, like the entire lawsuit. We're reading it word for word. We want to see what's because a lot of times on these sites, I've always said, like, I kind of pride myself on trying to go the extra mile. A lot of people just go to, like, say, I don't know, Rolling Stones or Variety, and they see a summary of what's in a lawsuit, and they regurgitate it and even make it even smaller, and they put that out.
Yeah.
Well, I got time, and people want deep dives, no Diddy, and we got a lawsuit. So the Lil Rod lawsuit we got.
Yeah, I read through the whole thing,
and it didn't mention Meek by name, but there was a footnote.
A Philly rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj.
It was like a Jeopardy question.
Duh, who is that?
Diddy was recently arrested on serious federal charges related to trafficking, racketeering, and similar crimes. The arrest occurred in mid-September 2024 at the Park Hyatt Hotel in New York, following a federal investigation.
Diddy has been arrested in New York City after a grand jury indictment, and we have the breaking news. Though charges in the indictment are unknown, Billboard has confirmed the arrest. The rap mogul has been hit with at least 8 civil lawsuits alleging sexual abuse over the past year. Now, according to TMZ, Diddy was taken into federal custody at the FBI's Manhattan field office. In a statement to Billboard, an attorney for Diddy said, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man. He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal." We'll keep you posted as the story develops. For everything we know, head to Billboard.com.
Combs was arrested on Monday, months after federal agents raided his homes. He also faces several civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault over the past few decades.
These charges stem from allegations dating back over a decade, accusing Diddy of running a criminal enterprise that involved coercing women into acts through threats and manipulation. He is alleged to have used his power and influence to control his victims.
Rapper Sean Diddy Combs now facing trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges following a months-long investigation. He appeared before a federal judge in New York on Tuesday, pleading not guilty and will remain behind bars.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Prosecutors claim the rapper ran a criminal enterprise through his business empire, where he and his associates engaged in sex trafficking and forced labor. He's also accused of verbally and physically assaulting victims and using assistants and household staff to hide his crimes.
As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
Following his arrest, Diddy pleaded not guilty but was denied bail and remains in custody.
Sean P. Diddy Combs in court. He has pled not guilty, and the prosecutor is arguing that he should be held in jail. He should not be released on bail because he's reached out to witnesses and victims, and some witnesses say they are scared of him. This is according to the prosecutor. They're saying that he's reached out to some victims. The Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson is the one making this argument to the judge. She says that he's reached out to some victims. After Dawn Richard, a former member of a music group Combs started, filed her lawsuit on September 10th, Combs reached out to another member of the band who publicly denied the allegations 3 days later. Johnson said Combs called and texted other women 58 times in 4 days. Stuff like that, just reading off the report from CNN.com. And Kevin Frazier, you heard him allude to it just a few minutes ago, that what else is going to come out of all of this?
Stephen A. Smith has expressed serious concerns following Diddy's arrest, warning that Hollywood and the music industry should be deeply worried. He described the situation as scary, suggesting that Diddy's indictment on charges such as racketeering and trafficking could have broader repercussions for other prominent figures in the entertainment world.
When you look at P. Diddy, it almost seems clear. It's not just him thereafter. These are RICO charges. It's an indictment. It's Homeland Security. Homes raided in Los Angeles and Miami. Computers and laptops and iPads and phones and surveillance videos and stuff like that confiscated. They did that in May. You're talking about months later, and here they come with this indictment, and they're trying to make it so today, as we're taping this show, if prosecutors have their druthers, they're trying to make today his last day of freedom in his life. That's what they're trying to do. They want him behind bars today. Not next week, not next month, not when the trial begins and he's found guilty by a jury of his peers in their eyes. No. They want him in jail now.
According to Stephen A. Smith, Diddy's arrest might be just the tip of the iceberg, hinting that federal investigators may not only be targeting him but could be aiming to expose deeper, systemic issues within the industry.
You know why they're doing that? Because it's a glimpse of what's coming. There's a whole bunch of names. Y'all guess it. I ain't gonna put out no polls. I'm not gonna put a poll out there and ask you and give you names and multiple choice. I'm not doing that to other human beings. Only reason I read Kevin Lyle's name is because of the TMZ report that's plastered all over the news right now. It's the only reason I read the name. I'm not mentioning anybody's name. But what they're saying is that's the first domino. That's what they're saying. That's the implication. That's what's going on. Think about the parties at his home. Think about the artist, Puffy P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Sean Diddy Combs. Think about the artist he's represented, who's worked under his label. Go ahead and do your own homework. Think about the people an inordinate amount of people he's been seen with.
Jaguar Wright has added to the controversy by claiming that Jay-Z could be next in line for exposure following Diddy's legal troubles. According to her, Jay-Z should be concerned, as he may face similar scrutiny, especially with new allegations and connections within the entertainment industry coming to light.
This is 50 Cent. We all know 50 Cent for possibly being one of the most diabolical artists of our time. 50 Cent is definitely a smart businessman though. 50 has TV shows, movies, TV film studios, all type of business ventures. But today, our girl Jaguar Wright wanted to point out a few things about 50 Cent and how 50 is trying to replace Jay-Z and P. Diddy from being the top guy in charge of Hollywood.
50 Cent is trying to take down Diddy.
No, he's trying to move Diddy and Jay-Z out the way so he can run it. And the truth is, I ain't mad at him. I just don't trust him. Because the truth is, he would just be another kind of monster in another kind of way. He don't want things to change. He just want to be the one that's running it. See? Easiest thing to do is to take your...
In a recent interview on the PBD podcast, Ice Cube suggested that powerful forces might be behind the escalating legal troubles facing Diddy, creating a domino effect. While Cube admitted he doesn't know all the specifics, he expressed suspicion that someone influential may have initiated these events.
Surprised. How could you be surprised with anything that happens in hip hop? You know, hip hop is the Wild West. So you're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad, you're gonna have the ugly.
You think he's being targeted, or some of the stuff he's got, there's credibility on what they're coming after him with the tapes and the feds and raiding his Miami home, his LA home?
I believe he's being targeted.
You believe he's being targeted?
Yeah. I believe, somebody, has the power to pull the trigger to make, this stuff, this domino effect happen.
Jay-Z is reportedly feeling concerned following Diddy's recent arrest and the significant legal scandal surrounding him.
2020, y'all. And it's different than when it was 2016. The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire.
As a close associate of Diddy for many years, there are whispers that Jay-Z might be nervous about what could be revealed during the investigation, especially if Diddy's infamous parties and other activities are thoroughly scrutinized in court.
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyonce, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently, during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former bodyguard.
There have been persistent rumors that Jay-Z attempted to hide Diddy on a secret island or keep a low profile to avoid any potential fallout from Diddy's ongoing legal issues, especially in light of the accusations of trafficking and other crimes.
50 Cent is saying Jay-Z is going to be exposed next after Diddy. So Jay-Z had a close relationship with Diddy throughout his career, and 50 Cent pointed out that Jay seems to be missing after all the raids rained down on Diddy. Jay-Z was allegedly named on Epstein's client list. Epstein is a prolific child predator who would serve up underage girls to the elites. Epstein would fly out his clients and the girls to a private remote island in the Caribbean where they could get away with it and the girls couldn't escape because they were surrounded by sharks. It's been rumored Jay-Z had his own private island where the same stuff went down with Diddy, and we haven't seen the footage until now. And the similarities to Epstein are startling. It's in a remote part of the Caribbean and it has a landing strip. After Diddy's private jet landed in the Caribbean, it suspiciously went off the radar. So users are suspecting Jay's private island is where Diddy disappeared to, or at least hiding evidence. And they are also suspecting that this is where the hip-hop Predator ring occurred.